Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you can hear the fan in the background, that is because I can't turn it off, it's too warm, I've got to have it on me. If you're in Britain, you know the struggle because we don't have aircon, and as houses are made to be insulated, because most of the year it's too cold. So I don't really know where this video is going to go, I don't know how it's going to go, but it's just like a ramble video. It's mainly because like I watched a video recently by Island Carter. I really like her. She's a cool YouTuber. She's from Australia and her videos are just like not very long, so they're easily digestible, and she's just really relatable. But she was talking about something that's been bothering me a lot lately, and that's the fact that like our whole entire generation is still having to like live at home. Like there's a whole entire generation still just stuck at home because the housing prices are too high. Like even renting, it's ridiculous. Like I'm 29, I still live at home. Did I envision still being at home at 29? No, I didn't. It's too expensive to move out because you've not only got like rent being like 700 and something pounds a month, then you'd have to pay for your water, gas, electric, then you'd have to pay for your food, your Wi-Fi, all your streaming services. I mean, you'd have to cut back on some things, but do you know what I mean? There's like not just the rent that you'd be paying for, and I'm stuck between being like, yes, I know I'm really, really privileged to still live at home, because I live in a safe environment, and I'm really lucky to have parents that are loving and caring, and also wanting to move out and have my independence. It's really weird, and I get like really depressed about it because I'm like, because everyone's always like, when are you going to move out? Why aren't you moved out yet? And like every time I see my brothers, they're like, oh, when are you going to move out? You're nearly 30. I'm like, don't you think I know that? And it's like, I think in Western society, we sort of push people to move out really quick or before they're ready. And like in a lot of other cultures, people stay home until they're like older, or even when they're married or they've got a partner or whatever, they all stay together as a family unit, which I think is actually quite nice. I know in America they can't understand why like a lot of us Brits are having to stay at home until we're like in his late 20s, nearly 30, because they like keep the kids out as soon as they get to like 18, 20, and I'm like, you're still a baby though, honestly. But I do, like I say, I know I'm really privileged to live in a safe home with loving parents, and I feel really lucky. And also I am torn between like wanting to move out and wanting to stay because my parents are a bit older. They had me when they were a bit older, so they're like nearly 70, so I really value that time with them because not everybody gets to spend as much time as I've got with their parents. Like I know people whose parents have died when they like young, or in the early adulthood and stuff, and they would like kill to have just one more moment with their parents. So I'm really trying to like cherish that, and remember that I'm not always going to have this time. That's really depressing. But anyway, me and my cousin and like my best friend are always talking about how we're really depressed that like we can't move out yet. Like I would love to, but I would just be existing, I wouldn't be able to do anything else. And I know like my mum says, oh, when me and your dad were first married, we really had to like just live within his means and blah blah blah. And I say, yeah, that's fair enough, but like if all I'm doing is living to work, there's no point. I know that sounds like really bratty and maybe a bit privileged, but like if all you're doing is existing to work, because they say, don't they, what is it, work to live, not live to work. I don't really want to live just to work, because then what are you doing? Getting up, going to work, coming home, having something to eat, going to bed, going back to work. That's really depressing. I want to be able to actually have some quality of life, and if I moved out I really wouldn't be able to. But it's horrible. I don't, honestly, they wonder why there's a whole entire generation of people just still stuck at home. And you know, like when some people are like, oh, if you just stopped having your coffees and blah blah blah, I'm like, you do realise we've got to give ourselves some enjoyment in life. I mean, what the heck? Like I'm saving, but it just doesn't feel like enough because wages aren't relative to how expensive things are. It just feels like it's never going to be attainable, and buying a house, you've not got a cat in hell's chance. I don't even know why I'm making this video really, but I'm just rambling about it. And like some people say, don't they, like you pay with your mental health when you live at home, but I don't really. I mean, there's still the thing of like, one of the really stupid things in our house is that annoys me, and it can't be helped, is we've got an old boiler, like an old-fashioned boiler, and I don't know the difference, but I know that like when I go to my boyfriend's house, I think it's an electric shower, so the hot water just comes out as soon as you turn it on. But here, like my dad set it to have the hot water, we call it like the hot water light, come on, like so it heats the water up in the boiler between like certain times. So at night time when I'm wanting a shower, you have to have it between 6 and 9, so I can't have a shower past 9 o'clock. So when I go to my boyfriend's and I have a shower past past 9 o'clock, it feels illegal. And like obviously because my parents are a bit older and stuff, and I think I'm more of like an old soul as well, because since I was 11 it's just been me, mum and dad, because my one of my brothers moved out when I was 4, went to uni, never came back, so he met his now wife in the city that he went to uni in, and then my other brother left when he was 27 and I was 11. So it's just been me, mum and dad, so I've always had like adult conversations and more relationships with adults, like going over to my Auntie Morgan, Uncle Al's, who are my godparents, and having cheese board nights and stuff. So like 10, 11, that's how I got into like an apple with cheese actually. But yeah, so I'm more like an old soul, and like I'm more in like old routines of like sitting downstairs with like my mum and watching like cozy murder mysteries. Those two words don't seem like they should go together, but cozy murder mysteries are a thing and I enjoy them. But yeah, and even like watch the news with my parents sometimes, and I sit there and we have like discussions about it and stuff, and I think that's because I've grown up with older parents. But there's also pros and cons to that, because obviously like my brothers had them when they were younger, so they had more energy and stuff, but then like they were both working shifts and stuff, so they didn't see them as much, and I've had like more privilege because my parents are more well established, so I've been spoilt more than them. So it's like swings and roundabouts, but then I think they're getting on a bit now, like they're nearly 70, so I really do need to cherish this time. But yeah, I don't even know, this video is just a ramble, to be honest, about like how if I think about it too much I have like an existential crisis. I'm like, I want my independence and to move out, but then like I don't want to move out and skimp myself, and also I don't want to like move out and not spend quality time with my parents that I could be spending. It's a real juxtaposition, isn't it? But anyway, I'm really full today because I've had like my matcha this morning, which is like mainly milk, isn't it, like a matcha latte. Then I had a chai, iced chai latte in a cafe, and usually the one that I get from Starbucks, it's like a brownie colour, because obviously they must brew the tea first and then put it over ice, but this was mainly just like milk with like a flavouring in. So I feel really like full, because mum was like, oh, let's get a bit of cake as well. So I had a Kinder and Nutella brownie. My cousin had like a cookie cake thing, which was massive, like cookie bar. And then my mum had a banoffee pie. I nearly said that like she says it. My mum says banoffee and tortilla instead of banoffee and tortilla. I love the woman, but because today I said, oh mum, there's a gluten-free banoffee one, because she has to have like gluten-free, because she has like a gluten intolerance. And she actually pronounced it right. She's like, oh, can I have a banoffee instead of banoffee? I was like, that's because I've just said it. But anyway, yeah, this video is just a ramble. Thank you if you've made it to the end. Don't know how many people are going to see this. If you're living at home with your parents, you're valid. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Move out when you're ready. Like my grandma always says, she's like, why would you force yourself to move out and skint yourself and make your life really hard if you've got a nice, safe environment to live in at home? And also, like I said, other cultures stay with their families and stuff. It's nice to be with your family. Don't get me wrong, I would like the independence, but you're valid for still staying at home and saving up until you can move out. So don't let it get to you. There's a whole entire generation of us like struggling with it. Me and my cousin and my best friend are always like getting like depressy, stressy about it. Don't worry about it. It'll happen when it happens. And that's it. You're valid. Anyway, I'm going to go get changed into my comfy clothes now. Short, baggy t-shirt, baggy shorts. Go and sit on the garden and read for a bit. Also, I got a new ring. Do you like it? It's like I said I was going to like try and build up my sterling silver collection. And it's like a little love heart. Can you see? So these two are, that one and this one are sterling silver. These are 2 plastic ones, which as you can see are like tarnishing. Can you see? But I've ordered some sterling silver ones off Etsy, so I'll have to keep them in like the little drawstring bag so they keep nice and silver, they don't tarnish. Oh, we didn't get a silver cloth today. Me and mum were going to get one because she wants to clean one of the necklaces that I got her. But yeah, what's I saying? I've got those coming as well, so I'll end up having just fully silver jewellery, so they're not going to tarnish, touch wood, because plastic ones go a lot quicker, don't they? Anyway, I'm rambling, I digress as usual. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, thank you very much, because I've been rambling for 10 minutes almost. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you would like to. It is free. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload. Hope you and all your friends and family are staying safe and doing things you enjoy. Thank you again so much for watching. As I always say, and I genuinely do mean it, stay safe, stay well, stay you. Love yourself, you're perfect just as you are, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.